Yo, what is poppin', my guys? It is your boy Ashley, and today we are coming to you with our next IBA game versus Kurt, also known as Pointblanke. So this is a good friend of mine. We're both Evans in the IBL. I've known Kurt for a while, but this is the first time we'll actually get to battle, which is super cool. I always get excited to battle my friends, and he has a pretty intimidating team. As you can see, he brought the Porygon 2, which I've played a lot lately and has been really giving me a lot of trouble. He has Crobat, he has his Mega Lopunny, which is really scary, especially in tandem with that Kyurem Black, as well as nice Thunderous Eye and Bronzong to round out the team. So I'm going to tell you what I brought, and then we'll just jump right into the match. I brought Hardens, my Mega Aerodactyl. This has Stone Edge, Aerial Ace, Crunch, and Iron Head. Just went 4 attacks this week because this was going to be the main thing, outspeeding and killing everything on his team. So that's really the heads and tails of it. Just a nice little attacking set. Did have to run Jolly to outspeed Mega Lopunny, but definitely worth it because that thing is a super huge threat. We have Bape the Infernape. There's Choice Band Nape with U-Turn, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, and Gunk Shot. He does have, I think, a Clefable or something like that. Some fat pink mon that I needed to take out with Gunk Shot, so I had to throw that on there. But U-Turn, Close Combat, Flare Blitz is going to be able to hit almost everything on his team for really hard. So I think it's not a bad moveset at all. It does have a little bit into speed. It outspeeds a lot of the things naturally. Now, it's not going to outspeed things like Crobat, but I'm hoping that I can bluff a Scarf, something like that. Anyway, next up we have Swish, our Hoopa Unbound. He has the Expert Belt with Gunk Shot, Hyperspace Fury, Drain Punch, and Zen Headbutt. So we were going to run sub this week, but Crobat obviously gets U-Turn and Infiltrator, so that was just a no-go. We just decided to go 4 attacks with the E-Belt. Just a nice way to lay down some of the damage, I guess. You know, that hits that little bit of coverage hits everything on his team for super effective. So can't go wrong. Just two. Those are basically my 3 attacking mons. So now we have our other our other little friends. We have Snapchat Comfy with the Rocky Helmet, Max Defense. It has U-Turn, Synthesis, Draining Kiss, and one other move that I cannot remember. But essentially what this... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It has Leech Seed. It has Leech Seed, U-Turn, Draining Kiss, and Synthesis, I'm pretty sure. Something similar to that. My notes are messed up, and I don't have the showdown thing open because it slows my computer down so much. So I'll be able to tell you when we get into the game the Comfy moveset better. But the basic idea of it was to wall this Mega Lopunny. Every time it comes in on this Mega Lopunny, and that Lopunny is going to be taking Rocky Helmet damage. It tanks a pretty large amount of the hits. Even a return is not going to be able to take me out if I can Synthesis stall him, and he's going to be taking Rocky Helmet damage every time he wants to. So we do win that 1v1. We also have our Electros with the Assault Vest. It has Flamethrower, Giga Drain, U-Turn, and Dragon Tail. Now, just a really random splashing of moves. A little regrettable that we do not have Electric Stab this week, as it would help a lot. Actually, we switched out U-Turn for Volt Switch because I do have Volt Switch in this match, which is nice for things like the Crobat as well as the Thunderous, because I believe that one does not get Volt Absorb. So I mean, again, Electros doing what it's always done, just being a nice thick pivot mon. Finally, we have our Escavalier, which is our last game with the Escavalier. We did make some transactions recently, so you guys will see about that. We're rocking a Brave Nature on this, max attack, pretty much max HP. Rocking Mega Horn, Knockoff, Energy Ball, and Iron Head. So that is basically just going to be able to come in and lay off some huge damage on anything that wants to come. He does have, I believe it's either a Seismitoad or a Quagsire, something that is 4 times weak to grass, which is why I pack so much grass coverage on things like Electros and Escavalier. But basically the main idea here is to use my 3 pivot Pokemon in Escavalier, Comfy, and Electros to whittle down his team to the point where his walls can't handle the power of Infernape and Hoopa, and his fast Pokemon cannot live a hit from Aerodactyl. So, with all that in mind, we are going to go ahead and start into the battle with the music off. So, as you're going to see, I decided to lead off with my Aerodactyl as he leads off with his Crobat. He is going to go ahead and hard switch. He says that he did not want to lead with that. That was not his initial plan. I just went for the Stone Edge. I really should have crunched there, but I didn't want to risk anything weird. I'm not exactly sure what Crobat does. I didn't want it possibly setting out something like Toxic Spikes because I do not have Defog this week, as he is going to take advantage of that, banking that I'm not rocking the Defog, and go ahead and set up the Stealth Rocks with the Scavalier. So now he is going to go right into Crobat. We were going to hit the knockoff and get that Black Sludge off. So that doesn't do as much damage as I would have liked, obviously, but we do get to start chipping away at this Crobat a little bit, which is nice. As you're going to see, that Brave Bird does absolutely nothing to the Electros, meaning it's a great counter to it. And I am just going to go ahead and hit the Volt Switch right here. I don't really want to stay in. I can take hits from it, but I don't want to let my pivot get worn down so early in the game. So now I'm just going to go ahead and bring out a Scavalier here and go for the Iron Head. I actually wish I had something that could hit this Crobat for super effectively, but unfortunately we do not have it this week, as I'm just going to switch right back into my Electros, predicting either the Roost or just a, you know, last second Brave Bird or something. But I mean, he wouldn't do that as Scavalier has such great investment here. I expected him to bounce back out into his Kyurem like last time, and I was going to Dragon Tail it out, but it actually Dragon Tails the Crobat into the Kyurem, giving him a free Roost. So that's literally the exact opposite of what I wanted, which really sucks. But he's going to go ahead and fire off the Earth Power and get the special defense drop on our Scavalier. So he doesn't want to risk the roll. I can definitely understand that, and he's pretty much shown that Crobat is a very, very free switch here, as I just get the damage off, making it Roost. Here I'm maybe trying to play a crit game, I think. Knowing that he'll Roost, he has no reason not to not to go for the Roost there. So he's going to Roost again, and I'm going to go right back out into this Electros. So I think he might just fire off a Brave Bird. No, he makes the very smart switch out into Bronzong, as I am going to Volt Switch right here, and I believe go into Hoopa. Yeah, because why not, right? This thing is super strong. A Hyperspace Fury is about to put a dent in literally anything that he wants to send out here, and he is going to go into Porygon 2, which is actually Trace this week, which is super interesting. I'm not exactly sure what ability he's going to be trying to Trace for my team. Possibly Levitate, or I guess maybe Triage if he wants good recovery, but who knows. I'm going to switch right here in my Snapchat and absorb the Thunder Wave. Now, unfortunately, we are not going to be able to get rid of that because we don't have Aromatherapy, but we do have Draining Kiss. Okay, so we missed the Leech Seed there, which sucks because, as he has later revealed to me, this Crobat actually does not have a poison move, and I could have possibly started setting up. I can't remember if it was Tailwind or Calm Mind that I had, so I could have started setting up whichever one it was, and you know, barring the paralysis, as long as I can not get paralyzed too many turns in a row, which if you guys watch my channel, you know that there's no chance that happens, then we would be able to possibly win the 1v1 against some of his Pokemon, because as you're going to see, that Brave Bird is going to do nothing, and he's going to take lots of Rocky Helmet and Recoil. So now we are finally going to get off the Leech Seed, but now that he's seen that I'm Rocky Helmet, he has literally no reason to stay in, which is super unfortunate, as he's just going to bounce right out into Bronzong. So here I decided to switch out to Electros. I don't really care to lose this Comfy, even though it is paralyzed, because it does have priority. I'm just going to fire off the Flamethrower and do a nice 42% to this Bronzong, as he is going to fire off a Toxic. So that does a little bit unfortunate, but seeing as this has no recovery, it was going to pretty much go down to the next hit anyway. So I think I'm just going to fire off. Oh no, I fired off the Volt Switch here, actually making a good play for the first time ever in my entire life, and I'm going to go right out here into my Aerodactyl and fire off the Stone Edge. I really should have hit Crunch there, but it doesn't really matter, because now I can just go ahead and hit Crunch. He's brought this thing in on me so many times that I guarantee you that he just thinks I don't have it. So I'm just going to Crunch and take out this Bronzong. So at least we get a kill there. That's very nice. He is going to go right into this Porygon 2, and I am just going to have to bounce right out into his Scavalier, because I can't really afford to take that damage on anything else right now. And I think I'm saving Escavalier just as a dedicated, Electros as a dedicated sack. So here I'm going to make the aggressive play and double right back out into Aerodactyl, as he is going to go just right back into his Porygon 2. So basically got me stuck in the vortex right now of not being able to break this Porygon 2 in conjunction with this Crobat. And here I am just going to go right into this, hoping that maybe I can sack it off, or at least get some sort of momentum going on, as he is just going to hit me with the foul play and knock me out. So now this Porygon is sitting at pretty much 100%, and I'm going to go right into Infernape. Now I really should have Flare Blitzed here. The fact that I close combated was just really bad. I should have Flare Blitzed. I had no reason not to, but as you're going to see, we just go for it. Now I'm going to go into Aerodactyl here on the Roost and try to fire off a nice little attack. But I mean, you guys know what happens. You guys have seen the same old story hundreds and hundreds of times. So here on this play, I decide that I am going to switch into Hoopa because he seems to just have Tri-Attack. I know he has Tri-Attack and Recover and maybe Toxic, I believe. I can't remember. But I don't think he's rocking anything like the Signal Beam at this point. And I know that I outspeed him. And I know that I'm enough invested health-wise and Spit F-wise that I should be able to take anything he wants to go for, outspeed him, and hit him with a Drain Punch. But as you're going to see, he's going to go for the Tri-Attack and get the Paralysis, which is going to just let him outspeed us and hit the foul play. At this point, there's nothing on his team that I outsped that couldn't knock me out, so I just sacked off the Hoopa there to get a free switch into Infernape. Hopefully I Flare Blitzed this time. No, I just U-turned for some reason right out into Comfy. And because at this point I realized that I wall this thing. And I just am going to start hitting Synthesis, trying to stall it out of its attacks, basically. I don't really have another game plan at this point. He is just going to roost up, as I am going to go for the Leech Seed just to get that little bit of recovery back as well. So he is going to hard switch out into his Thundurus here, as I am actually going to get paralyzed. I went for the Leech Seed there, predicting him to switch, so that would have been really nice to Leech Seed this Thundurus, but we'll get it on this turn, and we miss. So we went from I guess it didn't, I mean, the Paralysis is whatever. I guess I still could have missed the Leech Seed, but it really sucks that I didn't get the chance to go for the Leech Seed, because Leech Seeding that thing in on the switch would have been nice. I could have Draining Kissed on the turn that it had to Agility, or he'd have been forced to switch out into a Draining Kiss, and it would have not let this thing set up such a free Agility. And then on the turn that he Agilities, we missed the Leech Seed. So that is two really, really unfortunate circumstances in a row that have basically let this Thundurus set up absolutely for free. So he is going to Thunderbolt and get the critical hit. Even maxed special attack Life Orb would not have KO'd me from that range, and I would have been able to get off a Draining Kiss and then Synthesis next turn and just keep trying to stall him out of that, providing I didn't get paralyzed. But that crit just completely took me out of the game. I'm just going to put it on fast. There's nothing I could do after it. He outsped everything on my team, and he killed everything on my team. So I think I prepped well. I think I played well. I should have had Defog, but I don't think that would have changed. Just getting paralyzed and then missing Leech Seed and then getting crit. As you can see, I'm a little demoralized by this game because I was really excited to play Kurt. He's a good friend of mine, and I know that he wouldn't have wanted to win it that way. I don't think I won. I think there's definitely a bigger chance that he won that game than I won that game, but I don't think it deserved to be a 5-0, which is just really unfortunate. But oh well, sorry I'm not as energetic this week, guys. It's been kind of a long week for battles. You'll see my IBL match go up tomorrow, where I play my good friend OddsAre, and at this point I'm not even sure if it's worth uploading my MPL videos, just because I'm so outclassed by everybody in that league that it's not even entertaining to watch unless you like watching me lose. So I'm just going to move on to the next video. Hopefully start doing a little bit more different content than league content. I do enjoy playing in leagues and stuff, but I'm currently just in the amount that have made it a little bit hard to do the things that I enjoy doing, like rapping and things like that. So hopefully in the future you will see a little bit less league content. I'm not sure where I'm going to trim the fat on that, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, definitely shout out to Kurt. Definitely go check out his channel. He's a really cool guy. Just really unfortunate that the game shook down the way that it did. Anyway, I guess I will see you guys next time. Peace.